Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's get started here. Sorry for all of the technical issues. This is the fourth time I've started this live. Hopefully this one will remain stable. I'm not sure exactly what the reason is, but this is the first time I'm going live in this particular room, and it is the first time I've gone live in 4 months with you. So sort of understandable we'd have these technical issues, but my apologies. If for whatever reason we get cut off, I will find some way to restart, and it might not be tonight. So as long as we're on, we're on. So good to see you, Sebastian and Michael and Simon. Let me know who is tuning in right now. I'm in Taipei, Taiwan. It is just after 8 p.m. over here, and this live is all about how to stop screwing up your romantic relationships. And this is part of the Rock Solid Relationships 2.0 launch. And this class of RSR is open until Sunday for registration. So if you want to get in on it, now's the time to act. It's closing at the end of the weekend. And as you can imagine, Rock Solid Relationships and Masculine Mastery, which are the two courses that are bundled together as part of the RSR 2.0. As you can imagine, Rock Solid Relationships is about how to make your relationship rock solid. And it's a tough one because a lot of people, and this is like the most difficult question in perhaps all of humankind, all personal lives, because as society and the modern world gets more complicated, relationships tend to become more complicated. And as we live longer, the onus or the standard for what's required for a successful relationship goes up because you've got to stay together longer. And the bare minimum, a successful relationship is a relationship where the two parties are still together. And beyond that, it's a relationship where there's still passion. And a lot of guys are discovering that after the honeymoon period of 6 months to a year or so, then the passion starts to wane. And then by about 3 to 5 years in, the passion's almost completely gone. And it's like, at best, two friends hanging out together, but it's hard to rekindle that passion that you had at the beginning. And a lot of scientists just resign themselves to that being the fate of humankind, passionless relationships and marriages. And unfortunately, most people who are in relationships end up in those situations, and they stay together because of the kids or because of practical considerations, and they don't actually graduate to the next level, which is where they are able to learn how to rekindle the passion and have connection, companionship, right? So there's another type of relationship that could go bad. You might have lots of passion, but that also means you've got lots of fights and there's very little connection. So what you want is both. A successful relationship is one in which there's intense passion, but also intense connection. And that is what I would consider a successful relationship. And that's what this course is all about, Rock Solid Relationships. And it's also about what I'm going to be talking about today, how to stop screwing up your romantic relationships. A kind of quirky, tongue-in-cheek title, but I hope it got your attention. Sebastian, good morning from sunny South Florida. I've got my spot reserved. Awesome, Sebastian. I did see that coming in. So looking forward to leading you through RSR. RSR is a 10-week course, and then there's a bonus week, so it's 11 weeks. And we're going to go through it together live. So everyone's going to start together, and we're going to go through it together. So there's an RSR private group where I will be tracking everyone's progress and jumping in to answer any questions people have and just keeping people accountable. So I'm really excited to get going with that group. And whoever else is watching right now, don't be a stranger, don't be shy, say hi and tell us where you're tuning in from. So Sebastian's in Florida, South Florida, and I'm out here in Taiwan. So we're connecting through this medium halfway across the world, which is pretty cool. So who else is tuning in? I have not gone live in over 4 months, so probably Facebook's algorithm is not rewarding this live yet, and or maybe no one's interested. That's another thing. That's all a possibility. Just like in a relationship, you never know what's going to happen, and the secret is, and I'm going to get to that right away, is being able to meet all of your own needs in yourself. So relationship problems happen when the couple is demanding that the other person meets their needs for them, whether those are needs for security, safety, connection, whatever those are. And I know for 99% of people, Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. At least 90% of people, it seems, think that's crazy. Like they get into relationships because the whole point is to get somebody else to meet their needs, right? You don't have love, you don't have security, so you go and find a woman so that you feel secure and significant and loved. Well, you're going to have pretty crappy relationships. That's a great way to have fucked up, sabotaged relationships. No, that's obviously, well, now that I put it that way, and hopefully it's just obvious. Oh, that makes sense. You want to have two fully secure, wholly complete individuals coming together into a relationship. Now, of course, if you're still on your path to healing and growth, as we all are, which is a lifelong path, then you're never fixed, you're never done, you're never whole. And so what do you do instead? While you're still processing, you're still learning, you're still meeting some of your inner child exiles or something. What do you do while you're still in process and you're not able to meet all of your own needs? Well, now we're in that intermediate place that everybody is in. And in this case, when you're coming together, you're learning to meet your own needs, so that when you feel that you need the other person to meet your needs, you stop. You stop and say, you remind yourself, no, that's not right. Requiring them to meet my needs is not right. I need to sit down with my own self and my own parts of me and get to know them and why they're feeling this way and their history, and build a relationship with them and love them. That's the secret. That's the key. June Martin from Philippines. What's up? Good to see you. Don Williams, great to have you join us here. And whoever else is tuning in, feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. Don't be a stranger, say hi. And in case you didn't know who I am, not sure how you would see this if you didn't, but just in case, I'm David Tian. And for over the past 15 years now, I've been helping hundreds of thousands of people in over 87 countries attain success, happiness, and fulfillment in life and love, and especially in relationships. So that's what today is all about. And that's what the Rock Solid Relationships 2.0 course, which is open right now, is all about. And it's only open until Sunday. So I'm going to be covering, and not just what the secret is, or what that one key is to making any relationship work. And this key is necessary. It's a necessary component. If you're not doing this, doesn't matter what else you're doing, the relationship will fail. But if you are doing this, then the relationship will work. That's how important this one key is. And then I'm going to give you as much as I can in this medium and in this time allotted here, about an hour or less. I'm going to give you the how. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to guide you through it. And we'll have a guided meditative exercise towards the end. So stay tuned for that, because with that exercise, all you've got to do is put your headphones on and stay attentive, and transformation will already be taking place in your unconscious mind. It's that awesome, powerful, and effortless. All you've got to do is listen along. And that's what this is all about. And it's a taste. It's like 10%, or actually less, 5% of what Rock Solid Relationships 2.0 is all about. There are over 40 hours of content in that course, in addition to multiple guided meditative exercises, as well, of course, as this live support, where I'm constantly monitoring the group and the brotherhood as they're going through this course over the next 10 to 11 weeks. So it's a really hands-on process, and that's part of the reason why we have to close the registration on Sunday. It's not just a set of recordings, right? So there is that live element to it. Hey, William in Georgia, Toccoa, very cool name. George in Georgia, great to have you here. People from all over the world are tuning in right now through this medium. So that's pretty cool. We're all connecting here. And if you're still watching this, then I applaud you, because you must have taken that initiative to invest in yourself and your own growth. And that's everything. One of the most important traits to look for in a partner, and by the way, success in your relationship is more than 90% of it attributable to your partner selection. You do not want to be in a position where you selected the wrong partner and just hoping to God that this person will adopt a growth mindset, or will learn, or will take responsibility for her own growth and taking care of her own parts. It's going to be really, really difficult to do. Now, if this was 300 years ago and you had no choice because you were in an arranged marriage or something, well, you got to make do. And it is possible to make do. There's been plenty of research on arranged marriages, and the success rate on those are just about the same as normal relationships where you pick your partner, because there's when it's last resort and you got to make it happen, or there's no alternative. The human brain finds a way to make it happen. Unfortunately, now with all of this choice, as I'm sure you're aware, if you're on Tinder or something like that, we have the paradox of choice, right? And so we always think the grass is greener on the other side, or we get paralyzed and we can't make a choice. So this is all addressed in the course, by the way, Rock Solid Relationships, of helping you to discover who you are. Because if you understand you and your parts, then that's really the key, the secret. I'll get into that in more detail in a bit. But being able to have a loving, attentive relationship to all of those different parts of you that are holding, especially holding your vulnerability, your shame or your fear or your anxiety, and being able to go to those parts and actually be in a state where you love them and not just want them to go away. If you're able to enter into that higher self that you have, that we all have, and from that vantage point, come to yourself and pour love into yourself, then you'll be not just attractive naturally, because by definition, if you're meeting your own needs, you won't be needy. And by the way, neediness is the number one biggest killer of attractiveness in men. If you've got neediness, neediness, by the way, I just learned some people think neediness is doing stuff. It's literally just feeling, right? So if you're feeling needy, then you're going to leak your neediness through your sub-communications, your eye contact, your little twitches here, the breathing that you're doing, your words that you choose to express yourself, your eyebrows might twitch a bit too much, or you might just stand there a little too long, or whatever. It'll leak through your body language, eye contact, tonality, and it will sabotage everything. You might be able to just take the same copy and paste script that another completely natural and non-needy man could say and be attractive. You could do and say the exact same things and won't matter, because your neediness, which is the state in which you are not meeting your own needs, will leak through and sabotage your attractiveness. And in a relationship, that same state of being able to meet your own needs makes you not just attractive, but it also makes you capable, and is the requirement, the necessary element to succeed in a love relationship. Because if you're not meeting your own need for love and you're asking somebody else to do that, you're actually not really in a love relationship. You're in a transactional relationship. That is not a place of true unconditional love. And as long as you're in that relationship, that type of relationship where you're demanding or requiring the other person to meet your needs for you, that relationship will fall apart. That relationship will fail. So the key to a successful relationship is you, and being able for you to love your own parts. That's why in our course, Rock Solid Relationships, week by week, we help you to discover the parts of you that are holding that vulnerability and to build a loving relationship with them. We're going to start doing some of that together here in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, all it requires is you put your headphones in and you just pay attention and listen for about 10 minutes. So it's really powerful, and it's just a taste of what is in the Rock Solid Relationships course. Okay, so that's what is in store for today. And it's really, really important that you take this seriously. I think it's really sad because I've addressed these myths that are going around on the internet, and they're so common that especially for men, that the idea is you just date a bunch of women and then just pick the one you like the most, and then that's it. I mean, that's relationships, right? So like a lot of guys spend a lot of time on researching the first inning, right? Or the first at bat, which is like getting a date. But actually, a lot of them spend a lot of their time inordinately on just getting the date, getting her to agree to come to the date. Like there's so much, and that's like just getting to the plate. Okay. And then they're focused on just getting to sex, maybe. Okay. That's my day. I don't know what it's like for you guys nowadays, but that's closing the deal, right? And that's, getting to home base, perhaps, like scoring. Maybe that's the first inning. But then how do you keep going? Not just through the first 9 innings, but through the season. Okay. And then having a good career, right? And most guys have never thought about that. They think, well, if I can get a good date, then I just fast forward, I just repeat that for the rest of my life and it should go smoothly. So very few men actually think much about relationships until it's too late. Then they're in damage control, and it's too late because none of the stuff that they're reading will work because they're in damage control. And then the relationship fails, and then they start over and they stop learning about relationships and they just focus again on the first at bat and try to get that going because they've re-entered the dating scene. And it's an unfortunate thing. I've made some other podcasts on this very problem, which is where guys are optimizing for the first at bat instead of optimizing for for the season or for their career, which is really what is important. Because if you focus on optimizing for the at bat, that first date or the first getting the girlfriend, almost always you're going to be doing some things that are going to hurt you later on. So it's best to begin with the end in mind. Hopefully you've heard that saying, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and you probably heard it many other places. It's just part of success, being able to plan ahead and then plan backwards, beginning with the end in mind. It's the same thing. Do you want a loving, intimate relationship? Do you want to be able to re-spark that passion? Excuse me. Or do you want to have that honeymoon period that naturally is there die like it does for everyone else and then not be able to know what to do as a result? That is a surefire killer of all relationships. That will happen to your relationship no matter what. The question isn't whether that will happen to you. The question is whether you are prepared for it and know what to do about it. And that's just one of many things that the Rock Solid Relationships course will help you to do. It will walk you through how to build those skills, to generate that passion and to generate that connection and deepen it and grow it over time. And it all really is based on this one thing. So now we come to it. And in my little point form notes, I've skipped over a part where I'm supposed to tell you how I figured it out. I figured it out the hard way by screwing it up a whole bunch of times. I am now turning 45. And while I was away from Facebook Live for 4 months, my wife and I had a baby. Thank you. I hope there's some congratulations coming in, but yeah. So that is a part of the reason why I have averaged 4.5 hours sleep. And you don't need to congratulate me. My wife did almost all the work, and we are now happily parents. But part of that, what I'm bring that up is I'm old. I'm comparatively old for a first-time dad, and I have many of my friends are on their second kid, third kid, or whatever, and their kids are kind of old now. My little sister, her boys are way older. So part of it is I kept screwing things up, and I went through a long period of just experimenting with all the possible advice out there. Anything that looked remotely like it could work, I tried it. If it worked, then I tested it some more with some other clients. And then if that worked with them, I scaled that and tested it with many others. I, in fact, even teamed up with university research labs in Michigan, in USCLA, in Singapore, and we tested more of our systems and theories. And we tested those for multiple years. A 5-year study, in fact, came out in a tier 1 journal about ours and verified the effectiveness of our dating skills programs, that it increases your dating skills results by over 300% just by doing 3 to 6 hours of our courses. And in our relationships course, it's much more it's much bigger, obviously, as you can imagine, because we're not focusing on just the first inning. We're focusing on not even just the 9 innings. We're focusing on the entire, not just the season, but your whole career, your whole life really is what we're talking about here. And that's part of why the Rock Solid Relationships course is so thorough and comprehensive. But it doesn't have to be complicated. I'm going to simplify it for you for this live. Now, it can get complicated as you get that microscope out and you dial down into each of those details. But in the big picture, it's actually quite simple. It's really simple. And it all boils down to love. And I'm already jumping the gun. I didn't even tell my story. Maybe you guys know it. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. If you want to know more of my story, I can. So, I was suicidal because I was a pickup artist and got sucked into that narcissistic game there. And then as a result of that suicidal year or year and a half, I did a lot of soul searching and discovered love that I had for my, at that time, 2-year-old goddaughter. And that love saved me because that was my entry into unconditional love. That allowed me to understand what unconditional love is like from the inside, from me feeling it. And that because of that, I was able to carry that into more complicated love relationships, like between adults. And then much more challenging actually is love for myself, unconditional love for my own inner child. And part of my relationship with my 2-year-old goddaughter was that it was easier for me to love her than it was for me to love my own inner child parts. So because I was able to go through that experience with her, it made it a lot easier, like sort of training wheels for me to approach those parts of myself that at that time I was ashamed of. And speaking of inner child parts, these are the parts that are challenging for us, especially for achievers, to love about themselves. These are the parts that will sabotage your relationship later on. And here's an example. I work with a lot of achievers, and many of them are responsible type A personalities, right? They just get stuff done, and they're mature and controlled and disciplined. That energy they understand. And then some of them are very entrepreneurial, so there's a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. Just go out and get stuff done. They don't have a lot of patience for people who are lazy or weak or just irresponsible, which is very understandable. But we all have parts like that. And we only call them lazy or irresponsible because we're blended with the achiever parts that see them as such. But actually what they are is they're fun-loving parts. They're parts that are present in the moment and really loving life. Of course, if you're an achiever and you're planning for 10 years in the future, you don't want to love life right now. You want to sacrifice life right now. But there's a part of you that's, and then if you stay with that energy long enough, those achiever parts get really tired, really worn out and burnt out after a decade or so of that. And a big part of the therapeutic process is just giving them lots of gratitude and appreciation and empathy for the fact that they're so burnt out. And then that will allow them to relax back enough for you to meet these other parts that are being shamed by your dominant parts. And this is going to be reflected in the women that you're turned on by. And here's a simple example. We won't even have to go to achievers because I realize that achievers are a very small minority of people in the world. So let's take the guys who are nice guys. Okay, so I know there are more nice guys and guys who are good guys. They see themselves as well-meaning guys and they just want to treat a girl right. But the problem is they aren't very sexy or sexual or dominant. And they're probably not very easygoing, a little bit on the uptight side, uptight side, because they want to make sure everything's right, and they're always looking out for others in that sense. So it's hard for them to be easygoing, relaxed, just let things chill, let things slide, break some rules here or there. And they're probably not that adventurous. So these are a lot of sexy traits that it's hard for the nice guy to adopt, but he's a nice guy and he wants to make her happy and please her. And he thinks that's the way in. What'll happen is a lot of the guys I work with is they go online and they look for advice on how to be more attractive because they're being nice and it's not working. And then the advice tells them to be like a bad boy. And that's a lot of pickup advice, right? So, and then what's happened over the past, it seems like 10 years is all the guys who got that advice from pickup artists or just normal bad boy dating advice is they didn't like the way they became. So they ended up hating the women who liked them or responded to their bad boyness. And then hence is born Red Pill and then MGTOW, which is a whole rejection of that, the whole dating dynamics. And then the ones who get really bitter and violent, or these are incels, right? So we see that growth of that kind of underbelly of masculine resentment and bitterness growing over the past decade or so. But it really started from nice guys who, whether they're fake nice or just generally sincerely nice. Fake nice being, I'm going to be nice to you in order to get something from you, which is the majority of nice guys. But even if they were sincerely good guys, but they had parts of themselves that they didn't allow them to be. They disowned the parts of themselves that were dirty or sexy, or maybe even a little bit dandyish, a little feminine, showing a little skin, maybe a little bit erotic. And they've also abandoned or exiled or disowned the parts of themselves that were adventurous or maybe rule breaking, a little bit like the bad boy, because they've disowned those parts of themselves because when they were children, it wasn't acceptable to be that way. Or if they acted that way, they were shamed by their caregivers. So they also had to shame those parts in order to keep the connection with their caregivers. And there are many ways in which we can disown these parts of us. Now, as adults, they're actually turned on by and attracted by, they have natural chemistry with women who represent that energy that they've disowned. So this is going to be, so it's very common that pickup artists will, and you can even Google this, the obsession that pickup artists had for like a decade with strippers. There's like stripper game and all that kind of, they called it, what was it called? Hired gun game. It's this bizarre subcomponent of like advanced game. They were like focusing on these particular types of women in these particular occupations because they were seen as the wild ones, the sexy ones. Though basically the energy that guy couldn't be naturally. And then he'll get into, if he's good at that and he actually gets that type of energy. So take the average guy, average nice guy will actually be attracted to what's called in cinema studies, the manic pixie dream girl. I've got a whole section on that in rock solid relationships because it's so common. And the manic pixie dream girl is a trope you see over and over in popular Hollywood rom-coms, where there's the quiet, subdued, shy guy who's just really nice. He's the hero of the movie, meets this kind of wild girl who's got often dyed hair, and she opens him up. His whole life just turns into color because his life was sort of boring and dour and drab before she met him. And then they meet, and suddenly she makes him smile and laugh and dance. And then, the turning point in the movie is it turns out she's mentally unstable, or that she's got problems and issues now, and then those pop up. A great example of this type of movie is 500 Days of Summer. Another great example is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Both great breakup movies. So if you just got out of a relationship, you might find some resonance with your experience if you watch those movies. And those are classic manic pixie dream girl depictions. And you see that in real life. A lot of the writers of these screenplays are themselves sort of these nerdy, shy, socially awkward guys. And this is sort of their fantasy. And so they're living it out in the movies. And then all of the guys who are like them respond to that type of story, because that's their dream girl. But then inevitably what happens is he wants to control her, because that's the same energy he's disowned in his own self. He has not integrated or even met, and often those parts of himself that she resembles. That might be the wild child. If she's the wild one, the sexy one, the one who's confident and will just step up onto the table and sing a song at a bar or something like that. That part of himself that he dreams of that he could be, but he can't be because he's a nice guy. But he's attracted to that energy. But then 6 months later, he starts to not like that energy because he's done that very same thing to himself and disowned those parts of himself in order to maintain the love of his father or mother or whatever it was back then. And it's become so deeply ingrained in him, he doesn't even realize he's doing that. And you see this a lot with pickup artists back in the day who date hot girls from clubs. And then they still party. The girl still wants to party. She still wants to have a good time. And he can't handle that because he used to do that. That's where they met. But now he's dialing it back and he wants her to be responsible. He wants her to be disciplined. Basically, he wants her to be like him, right? Like a dude. Why don't you settle down and get a job and stop going out late at night and stop seeing all your girlfriends and basically stop being the way that you were when I was most attracted to you. Stop being this fiery, wild energy. And that's because it's a part of himself he's disowned, and he has not loved that part of himself. Probably doesn't even know that part of himself. The secret and the key to succeeding in a relationship is getting to know these parts of yourself, of ourselves, that we've disowned, that are holding our vulnerability, feeling the pain and the anger and the shame and the nervousness, anxiety, the insecurity, and building a relationship of love with them from our higher self that feels compassion for them and to love them. Because if you're able to love your parts that are holding all of this vulnerability or pain or the way that you don't want yourself to be, in many cases, you're able to stay in that relationship with her despite how the relationship develops, because she's going to be doing the same thing vis-a-vis you. And you're going to be able to need to stay in your own and meet your own needs and stay solid for yourself to be able to meet your own needs in yourself. Then that will allow her to not become codependent on you, where you're each requiring the other person to change or shift in order to meet your needs. Okay, so when you're able to meet your own needs in yourself, which means part of that means that you're able to love all of those parts of yourself that you don't like, that you wish were different, that you wish weren't there, that you might think even are weak and you wish they'd go away. And that's what a lot of masculine repression wishes, that the weakness would go away. Like those stereotypical sayings that I've now seen are actually, people are saying them like they're not jokes, which are like, what is pain? Weakness, leaving the body, like that kind of thing. And if you're applying that sort of attitude to yourself, it's going to be impossible for you to sustain and grow a long-term relationship. So the key is being able to love yourself. And that was that took me several years to learn that lesson. I've since encapsulated it, put it all into this course, walk you through it, give you the education for it to understand the theory, because I know I have a lot of students who are intellectual like myself and need to know the theory so that they can relax and trust the process. But then what's really happening isn't just the theory, because it's one thing to do the analysis. That's relatively easy for intellectual people. or people who have intellectual parts. The harder part is the actual emotional processing of it, right? Because a lot of these patterns, almost all of them, are in our unconscious. So we've got to, first of all, bring them out of the unconscious into your consciousness so you can begin to understand them and work on them. And so because of that, their roots are in the unconscious. You've got to go to the unconscious. It's hard to go to your unconscious directly. So a lot of these, so the way we do it is these guided meditative exercises really help to do that. They will go to your unconscious directly. And just me talking about it is already going to start, if you're listening and paying attention, especially if you watch or listen to or go over our material multiple times, it'll really start to seep into your unconscious just through osmosis, through inundation of the right knowledge. Okay, so without further ado, I want to lead you through this process by which you can, it's an ancient process. It's also has some empirical verification, though that's unnecessary if it just works for you. So let's see if it works for you. Give it a good shot. And it is a process by which you're going to be sending love to your own parts in yourself. You can also use this process for a lot of things. You can use this process to heal rifts between two people. You can do it to help you recover from a breakup. If you're still tied up with an ex, if you still have entanglements with that, you can use this process for that. So depending on if you're watching this and you would like to use it vis-a-vis an ex you want to let go of, or maybe somebody, maybe a friend or family member you want to be able to heal a rift with, you can concentrate on that. And when we begin the exercise, you can think of that person. But in this context, I invite you to think about those parts of yourself that you have some shame about. Maybe there's a part of yourself that, and this is common for guys who are trying to get better at dating, a part of yourself that takes over your body when you're nervous with a woman on a date and makes you say or do stuff that in retrospect you regret. You wish you weren't so awkward or something like that. But those parts of you are there, and they're acting out of fear of being judged and fear of the consequences of that. You can run this process, and I invite you to do this process with vis-a-vis those parts of you or that part of you. Okay. And if you don't even know what that is, if you haven't even thought that far ahead, then it's no problem. Just say it to yourself. Okay, so if you haven't gotten that level of sophistication yet of knowing your parts, don't worry about it. That's unnecessary. You can just direct it to yourself, and you can think of yourself as a unitary entity, and you can just direct this to yourself. Okay, so it's really simple. The important thing is that you use headphones and you actually say stuff out loud. So I'm going to be leading you through saying some stuff out loud, saying some phrases, really short phrases. If you're in public, you can kind of whisper it. It's better than nothing. One is better than zero. So if you have to say, I forgive you, and it's like, I forgive you, that's fine. Just do your best. Ideally, you would say it out properly. I'm also going to be leading you through different ways of saying it as different modalities to really lock this into your unconscious. So just the more you playful out with it, the more effect it will have. And I recommend that you really playful out with it. Okay, so it's been many months since I've done anything like this live. So hopefully all the tech will survive my clicking around here. And let me just double check. I've got, Simon from Montreal. Montreal, awesome. That's a horrible accent. Thanks for tuning in. I used to live in Montreal. Went to McGill for a while. Sebastian is, my cubicle mates better not look at me funny as I do this. Okay, yeah, well, you might, if you can find a quiet corner in your office, maybe in the stairwell even, it might be easier for you to be a little bit less self-conscious doing this. And it's just going to be about 10 minutes. And let me just cue it up. Get the music going. And make sure I got this. Okay, so get your headphones on, and we're just going to do this together. Okay, I'm going to stop my video here. All right, here we go. When we personally take responsibility for clearing up our past, we make the way for personal growth. If you're tied to the past with resentment, anger, or grief, you can't fully access your true self or your energy. When you emotionally take 100% responsibility for your own attitude, you gain a new level of awareness and understanding. But first, we'll start with an incantation. Repeat after me. Say this out loud. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. All the love I need is within me now. All the love I need is within me now. All the love I need is within me now. All the love I need is within me now. I'm so happy I can't stop smiling. Now put on a stupid-ass grin, and even if you have to fake it, make it huge, or you could just enjoy it. Say this out loud. I'm so happy I can't stop smiling. 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 Everything in my life is guided, and I am so grateful. Everything in my life is guided, and I am so grateful. Everything in my life is guided, and I am so grateful. Everything is guided in my life, and I am so grateful. Thank you. Now repeat after me. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Go. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. 10 times, and each time you say it, we'll do it from a different place. This time, say it as if the words were sacred. There was no pain in you. It was you taking 100% responsibility, even for people you're not responsible for. It wasn't heavy. It was an act of love. It was zeroing out the books. It was ending eternal conflict for them and for you. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it from a place of passion now. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. From passion. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. From joy. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. From joy. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. From a sense of excitement that it's helping them and it's helping you be free at last. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. As if it were freeing them and you could feel it in your soul, and it felt beautiful. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Speak it as if God were speaking it to you and through you, letting you let go of anything, knowing there was nothing in this world you've ever done or ever could do that would separate you,
that there is no more need for shame or guilt or fear. You've learned. Life is learning. And you've committed to being more, and that's all anyone, including your Creator, could dream for. So say it as if God were speaking it, and you feel God's love filling your soul. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it with your heart filled full of pure gratitude and appreciation. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it as if every word made you feel more love than you've ever felt in your life. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Say it as if you were finally free of anything that burdened your heart or your soul or your body. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. With total freedom, say it. Go. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now repeat, my life is guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. My life is guided. I am so grateful. Thank you. My life is guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. My life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. My life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Say it with joy and gratitude mixed together. Go. My life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Say it's like the most passionate and certain thing in your soul, like you're free as you say it. Go. My life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Say it as if your soul knew it was finally unlimited and there was nothing to fear. You're that certain. Go. My life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Again, my life is so guided and I am so grateful. Thank you. Now repeat, all I need is within me now. 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 All the love I need is within me now. All the joy I need is within me now. All the excitement I need is within me now. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now in silence, just give thanks for the perfection of your life. the problems and the joys, knowing everything you've ever experienced, including even the pain, is a gift because it sculpted us. Because we didn't stay with the pain, we found a way to learn and grow and become more. So you have more to give and more to enjoy. Give thanks in whatever way works best for you. Give thanks to the divine in whatever form you've learned to trust it. Give thanks in whatever way works best for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It has been such a beautiful day. Beautiful.
Give thanks for the perfection of your life. The problems and the joys, knowing everything you've ever experienced, including even the pain, is a gift because it sculpted us. Because we didn't stay with the pain, we found a way to learn and grow and become more.
I'm waiting for the fire to glow.
And so it is. And so it is. Thank you.
Let's burn one down and slowly disappear. 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 Oh, I've been hiding, hiding deep in the woods. Oh, I've been searching, searching as far as I could for some answers, answers to my riddles and my doubts. Oh, I might have taken the easy way out, but it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter now. Remember Nina and the waves, the East Coast for a holiday. I remember the way she laughed and those warm summer nights sleeping in the grass. Nina and the waves. Nina and the waves. Oh, I've been hiding, hiding deep in the woods. Oh, I've been searching, searching as far as I could. Oh, I've been hiding, hiding deep in the woods. Oh, I've been searching,
Okay, so how was that? How was that for you? We had a nice tapering off there towards the end. I'd love to pause at this moment and just get your feedback here. I have to remind myself there is a 15-second or so lag between the Zoom here and when it goes through to Facebook. So I'm going to wait just a little bit just to get your feedback on that. Was called the Ho'oponopono. It's a process rooted in Hawaiian shamanism, and there's been some empirical research to back up its effectiveness. But you can, the more you do it, the more you feel the effect. And I just want to give you a taste of what it's like to direct and send love and forgiveness and gratitude to yourself, which is the requirement for a successful long-term relationship. Don Williams says exactly what I needed, especially given my current situation. Great. So happy to hear that. Thank you so much, Don, for sharing that. I'll just keep talking, but for all of you guys who went through that, I'd love to hear how that was for you. And I'll try to keep an eye on these comments as they roll in for this. So that was a really tender and loving process to your parts if you directed it to yourself. So I hope that you experienced some of that, at least, of the power of giving and sending love to yourself. Sebastian wrote, feel warm-hearted, light, and at peace. Beautiful. So happy to hear that and to be able to express and share these emotions with you guys. And this process is inside the Rock Solid Relationships course. There are two versions. This is one of them, and there's another one that I like even better, but that has music that will definitely get flagged on Facebook. So you'll have to hear that particular version of it inside the course itself, and it comes at a place in the course where it's really crucial for the timing of it and the context of it. So anyway, I just want to preview that for you inside the Rock Solid Relationships course. Okay, so I just realized I wasn't sharing the music that I was just listening to. It's been a while since I've shared this live through Zoom. I'll make sure to do the music properly. I just want to point out too, for those who are not in relationships, and I know that's a lot of you guys, again, one of the unfortunate consequences of the myth that just getting into the relationship is the hard part. One of the unfortunate consequences is that there aren't a lot of guys searching for relationship help on the internet compared to guys searching for help getting dates or attracting women. The reverse is true on the women's side. There's a huge amount of traffic and searches from women looking for, I don't know why I pointed at myself, for women looking for relationship advice. I'm going to direct it to the guys who are single right now, who hope to be in a relationship or who have been in relationships that failed and are trying to figure out how not to make those mistakes for the next time. Notice that the neediness that you feel is the biggest impediment to your attractiveness, but it's also the biggest saboteur of your relationships. So notice that what I've been charting for you and what we've the part of that process that we just did was to be able to meet the needs of love and connection and understanding and forgiveness that your own parts have vis-a-vis each other and from your higher self. This is a way of meeting your own needs, because if you can't meet your own needs yourself to a satisfactory degree, then you'll not only be unattractive, but you also will end up sabotaging the relationship that you do get in. Because what'll happen is, because you're not meeting your own needs, you will naturally, unconsciously demand or require the other person to meet your needs for you. I'll give you an example that I wanted to actually bring up earlier, but that's from a client named Gary. So Gary has gotten into several relationships over the past decade, and every time it was some fiery Latina or some kind of energy like that, where she's like a kind of this wild, sexy, or these are the words that he uses, kind of emotional, like it's the emotional energy that really drew him to them. And then 6 months to a year in, he has difficulty with that because she starts to get angry at him. And when she gets angry at him and starts coming at him with a lot of words, and she's very fired up, he starts to shut down. And this has been his pattern, that he has disowned those parts in himself that are like her. And he represses those or suppresses them, and he shuts down. And then because he shuts down in the face of her becoming more emotional, what does that do for her? It triggers her even more. So they end up triggering each other, and it triggers her, and she gets more angry, and he gets more shut down. And then the thing just keeps escalating so that their dynamic becomes like a mutual escalation to destruction, mutual destruction assured because of them triggering each other. How do you stop all of that from happening? Well, you can't control the other partner. That person, depending on how much work they're doing and how much responsibility they're taking for their own emotions, and that, again, partner selection is an important part of that. But you can do that for yourself. So you stop that cycle of mutual triggering on your side. And as we worked together, Gary and I, he learned to meet the needs of his own parts that get scared and feel out of control when she comes at him with anger in the way that she does. That kind of, and a lot of a common word that guys use to describe that is drama. Right? When the girl brings drama to him, he can't handle drama, and he wants everything to be orderly and rational and logical and disciplined and responsible and on time. And that's when he didn't need that at the beginning. He was more happy-go-lucky when they first met. But then over time, because he disowned those emotional, dramatic parts of himself, he's going to repeat that pattern to her eventually as they get more comfortable. And he'll relate to her the way he does to his own disowned parts that are like her. And then, of course, that will trigger her to come at him even more, because it will then do the same to her. She'll create that dynamic of the parts that she's disowned in herself are like him. So the ideal is that you are able to meet your own needs, your own parts' needs. And you can only do that if you get to know them well. And then over time, you realize that you have a huge variety of qualities in your personality. Or another way to put it is you have many personalities. You have a lot of flexibility in your personality, and you begin to appreciate the beauty in everyone, and you're not afraid of anyone, and they don't trigger your fear. And you also love those parts of yourself that are unique, that make you different from others, and you appreciate their uniqueness instead of trying to exile them or trying to lean too hard on them and forcing them to work extra hard. You're able to have that balance and that integration in your system as a result of that therapeutic work that we do in the Rock Solid Relationships course. Okay, so tying that all back to the course that is closing on Sunday, I do just want to point out the timer is up on there because we will be going through the 11 weeks together. And there will be live support along the way. There's so much to cover. I just picked this one key element to highlight here for this live. If this interests you, you want to go in depth, step by step, and just have a walk you through a course, Rock Solid Relationships is easily the best in the world in this. Of course, I'm biased, but we tried to make it as easy as possible to afford and do. And I just want to share, oh, by the way, there's the link for the registration page is in the description for this live right here. I just want to share a few things that I got from our previous students and their messages to you. Hey, listener, David Tian has a course called Rock Solid Relationships and Masculine Mastery. It would do you well to take it. I say these things because I have been married for 14 years. Until a little over a year ago, I thought my wife was mean, selfish, unengaged, and not present, among other things. I started Rock Solid Relationships and Masculine Mastery, read some incredible books, and got myself into therapy. I had the best year of marriage. I'm becoming a better husband and father. Largely what I said about her was true, and I took ownership of what I did to contribute to our issues, which led her, because I am the leader, to do the same damn thing. Things aren't perfect yet, but I know they will be because we are both committed to long-term growth, thanks to David. David A. In the USA. Thank you so much, David, for sharing that. And this one comes from Edwin out in Singapore. Rock Solid Relationships is a very comprehensive course on relationships and masculinity. I was expecting how to be a better boyfriend husband techniques, but ended up going on a huge ride on meditation, habit change, and understanding deep psychology that will fully power my lifestyle and the future generations. I also cannot stress enough how important giving attention and reassurance is. After I was consciously aware of that, and I could visibly see my partner respond to me in more warm ways. This course has transformed my relationship. Thank you so much, Edwin. And finally, one more I'll pick out here from Brendan. The Rock Solid Relationships and Masculine Mastery course, as well as the bonus courses Heart and Core, will help you to gain key insights into the deeper reasons for success and failure in a relationship. They have helped me a lot. David's material and psychotherapy have helped me to develop the self-love and acceptance that allows me to not settle for superficial relationships with those who don't have similar values. I've noticed that my relationships with those whose values match mine have gotten even deeper and even more fulfilling, while I've started to move away from my old significance-driven peer group. I hope my experiences provide some insights for you. It's been a life-changing experience for me in Rock Solid Relationships. Thank you so much, Brendan. And let's see if I can do a screen share here. Let's see, where is my Zoom menu? Back to meeting. Oh, there. Oh, wait. Oh, so yeah, there it is. Share screen. Hopefully this is working. Okay, so you see the screen here, and notice here, well, here's what to do now. Click the complete my purchase. You'll be taken to a secure order page. Complete your order and you'll get an email with your login and password. Then you log into the beautiful membership site. We also have an app for this, so you can access it from your phone. It's super handy. I use the app all the time. And here are the three options. We made it as easy as possible for you to afford. We've cut it up into 6 monthly payments of just $99 a month, and then you're done. You get lifetime access with that. The most popular is to just get it all done in one upfront payment. That's $497. We also are offering for the first time the platinum partnership, which we only usually open a few times a year. I'm opening it right now until Sunday. So you can get access to all of our courses. That's over 21 courses. It represents over 500 hours of material, and you can get access to all of that for just $19.97 a year. And this includes, whoops, I scrolled too fast. All of them include the full 35 plus hours, and the 2.0, it's more than 40 hours of material in 10 modules and a beautifully organized set of video courses, MP3 audios, PDF action sheets, and lots of valuable fun surprises. The first bonus is the fact that there is the 11th week on your masculine journey, which is really important. Bonus number 2 is the core course. It's a whole other course in and of itself. It's over 8 hours of video seminars, downloadable guided meditation exercises, PDF slides, and action sheets on how to connect with your masculine energy and core. And then the third bonus is the course Heart, a whole other course. It's a 6+ hour course on video seminars, downloadable meditations, PDF slides, and action sheets on how to cure your neediness so you can attract a great partner and enjoy a relationship full of passion, love, and connection. And it comes with lifetime access and a 30-day full refund guarantee. So go check it out while you still can. If you have any questions at all, you can type them here into the comment thread. I'm going to see if I can get the music up one last time. And feel free also, for those who did just now that Ho'oponopono process, to share with us how that was for you. How do I do? Oh, share screen. I go to advanced and music present only. And let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. I think it's working. Oh, that's why. All right. So stay on for just a little bit longer with you here. If you have any questions at all about rock solid relationships or anything that we've covered. And if you don't have, and I'll stay on for a few more seconds here just to make sure. If you have any questions after this goes live and you're watching this on replay, you can still put them here in the comments and I'll try to answer them. We'll get the notifications to our team and I'll get alert to go in and answer the comments. If you have any questions about the course, you can write to support@auradating.com. And they'll be on standby this weekend to answer any questions you have about the course itself or about the Platinum Partnership option. And I just want to point out the Platinum Partnership also includes private coaching, as well as access to all of our coaching course groups and community, as well as the exclusive Platinum community itself. Okay, so my mind is starting to get a little fried because I'm only on 4.5 hours sleep because of the newborn. So I'm going to start to close it off here if there aren't any other questions. I want to thank you all for playing full out. For those who are stayed on with us, Sebastian and Dawn, thank you so much and congrats for staying on and playing full out. And Josue, good to see you. And Simon, and thanks for all the congrats, by the way, Simon and William and Dawn, thanks for that. And great to have you guys join us. And Greg as well, out in Kentucky, and William out in Georgia. Great to see you guys in June in Philippines. Great to see all of you guys and connect with you through this live. And I look forward to hopefully welcoming you into Rock Solid Relationships and the Brotherhood there. We're eagerly awaiting the start date for that, and hope to see you inside. Until then, see you around the internet. David Tian signing out, and look forward to staying connected with you. Till next time, David Tian signing out.